Action. Take 13. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. My name is Aaliyah, so hey girl. For today's video, I'm going to be giving you a few tips from personal experience on how to start your transition, your MTF transition. Let's see. And before I get into these tips, I just want to let you all know, as sort of a PSA, there is no right or wrong way to be transgender. There is no right or wrong way to be a woman. I feel like that should be known with everyone, but just in case, girl, just in case. I just want you to know that your own personal journey is about finding yourself and just becoming your true self on the inside and out. So what I'm trying to get at is, once you realize who you are, no one will be able to tell you who you are or who you can or can't be. Okay, so obviously there's no certain order to do anything, so I'm just gonna like number off the tips though. So the first tip I have to offer you is to share what you're going through, just the experiences, how you're feeling, with someone that you trust. If it is your best friend who is educated about the topics of what it means to be trans and social justice, things like that, I would definitely push towards that. Or if it's just a like guidance counselor or just anyone, you know. Or if your best friend or someone who you're very close with doesn't really know what it means to be trans, try and sort of educate them on the topic before you come out to them. And depending on how they reciprocate, I mean, feel free to share that information with them. Telling someone that you trust about just like how you're feeling about you being trans is really important, just to build a circle, like a close circle of people who you can go to and talk to whenever things just aren't going right or just aren't going your way, just to sort of vent to, who will understand and just help give you some feedback to put things into perspective, and just to be a good friend, you know? I can say from personal experiences, I wish that I told some of my friends I was trans sooner, but I mean, it is what it is. Everything happens for a reason. But when I did get around to telling my close friends that I am trans, it was just nothing but love and support, and it was literally the best feeling ever. Yeah, so they definitely gave me the courage to like go through and like charge forward with everything I want to do and just not let anyone set me back on my goals. Yeah, I have some good friends. My second tip that I would give would be to shave your face if you haven't already. So, interesting story about me, I have a very controlling mother, and it was really weird. I wasn't allowed to shave my face, and I was such a good kid that I just listened to her, even though she knew I didn't like it. She knew I was very feminine, and she just was trying her hardest to keep me from like moving forward with the process. But I mean, obviously I'm just going through with it. So like the second I shaved my face, it was a huge like groundbreaking like milestone in my transition, so it can be very powerful. So I suggest shaving your face, or even if you like having long hair. So like I was saying earlier, like not all women are different. So some women have short hair, some women have long hair. So if you like having long hair, if you want long hair, grow it out. Just do what you want to do, and it's all about finding who you are and just being true to yourself. So for me, I did start growing out my hair a while ago. I think I started growing my hair out when I first knew for sure I wanted to go through with everything that I was trans. So baby steps. So yeah, I grew my hair out, and once I officially started getting older and just like getting more control over my life and stuff, I started doing different things with my hair. So I used to always wear the same hairstyle. Even I used to wear a bun too, but the bun was part of switching up my hairstyle too. So I mean, just switching up your hair can also be a powerful statement for you, and then just in your transition. So my third tip would be to just start buying clothes. I guess I should firstly say, find someone who is your fashion inspiration, and then just keep finding different things that you like, and then just sort of try and build your wardrobe around those things. Well, I guess like the first baby step would be to get like bras and things like that. Call up that supportive friend that I was telling you about earlier and just go shopping, just go bra shopping. Even if it's just for your first bra, if you're just getting one, if you just want to get it just to see how it feels, just to see what it looks like. Bras can be very empowering. I remember when I first bought my bra, it was before I started, it was way before I started hormones. I started presenting as female and going by my female name and female pronouns prior to hormone replacement therapy. So just, I don't know, you'll find like little things that give you your femininity, so you can own that and just recreate it what it means for you. Another thing you could do is online shopping. I'm a little guilty of online shopping, a little too much. So you can online shop. That is just stress-free. It can be a little too stress-free at times until you get to that checkout cart, girl. You don't have to worry about any sort of pressure or any looks or anything if that's what you're worried about. Whenever you're shopping online, you could just go ahead and just add to the box, add to the box, add to the box. Hey. Okay, so whether if you choose to shop in person or shop online, a way for you to get comfortable in your new skin or presenting as female is to just practice, or just sort of dress up, find cute outfits, put cute outfits together, like model for yourself in your hallway, honey, okay? So it's just all about being comfortable, and once you get more comfortable with yourself, it's just going to show, and it's just not going to be a question about it then. So my fourth tip would be about voices. Oh, your girl is sounding a little rough today, so with voices, you just have to find what works for you. So it's not exactly about the pitch being high, even though I feel like I get clocked because my voice is pretty deep still, but I guess it's just dialect also. Just practice at home, or practice whenever you're just talking to your friends. Just practice like sort of integrating your own personal dialogue, because it will change a little bit, because I don't talk the same as I used to, even though, or do I? But just practice. And this may sound weird also, but try and find someone whose voice that you liked. Like for me, it's Beyonce, because she has a very deep voice, but I mean, her femininity, I keep struggling with that word, isn't up for question. Even though she has a deep voice, she can sing, and she fine as fuck. But anyway, Beyonce is my voice inspiration sometimes. Yeah. Was it 4 or was it 5? 5. My fifth tip would be to sort of figure out if you want to go forward with hormones. That is, like, you can do some research about what the effects, like pros and cons of hormones, can do for you. And after you research, look up some local prescribers, well, hormone prescribers, or even like primary healthcare physicians who work with trans people. And after you do that, you can figure out if you need to have counseling prior to getting hormones. In Indiana, at least my doctor, I don't know if the laws are changing or not, honey, but as of when I started, I did need to get a letter of recommendation from a counselor first. Depending on what state you're in, you should have like some sort of statewide website that is just sort of a trans guide. For Indiana, it's the one that I use is the Indiana Transgender Network.com, and they have literally everything that you will need just for like local counselors and then surgeons, and then even laser hair removal technicians and things like that. So yeah, definitely do some research with that. Even if you aren't all the way ready for that, just sort of start planning in the back of your mind, you know? And I will add that with me not being out to my parents, it was sort of difficult for me to even think about getting on hormones. So don't be too discouraged if your plans are sort of pushed back. Even if you have to go behind your parents' backs, they don't need to know what your counseling sessions are for, and they don't need to know what you're visiting your primary healthcare physicians for either. So you really could, I wish I knew that earlier, because your girl would have been out here. My sixth tip would be for makeup. I do not really wear makeup. Get a little bit of lip gloss and some mascara, and I call it a day. I'm more of a hair person. If I did wear makeup, it would help me drastically. I'm too lazy for that. But if you like makeup, I definitely suggest looking up on YouTube some tutorials to help you out. Ask your friends like some tips on what they do to do makeup. I even have like a makeup party and you can do makeup together. Shoot, get innovative with it. So my seventh tip would be to just get comfortable with yourself and own your womanhood. And once you get comfortable with yourself, don't let nobody tell you nothing else, okay? And as for friends and even some family members, like, it sucks that you have to think of it this way, but just get to the point where you're so comfortable with yourself that if someone can accept you, then they don't deserve you. Simple as that. And I can tell you from personal experience, I've lost a few friends, yeah, and it's like, it's crazy. But thankfully, I still have my family in my life. When I first came out, I was so sure about everything. I've already did most of the things in my prior tips, so I wasn't even tripping about the support. That sounds terrible, but I knew it was going to come in the long run. So it takes courage, it definitely does, and you will get there. So just don't even trip. I hope I didn't miss out on anything that I wanted to get out to you all, but I just want to say good luck with your transition. Oh gosh, I'm excited for you. You should be excited for the process. It is worth it in the end. Don't be afraid. Don't think that it's too late. I'm telling you, I started hormones when I was 22 years old. So I mean, when I first started transitioning, I told you that I was wearing women's clothes and like bras prior to hormone replacement therapy. So yeah, lots of being clocked here and there, and I still get clocked. I mean, it happens. And well, it happened a lot more before I started hormones. I mean, don't be afraid. Just don't be afraid. And anybody who doesn't like it can step aside. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope it was somewhat helpful to anyone who's beginning their transition. So yeah. So if you haven't subscribed already, feel free to subscribe and join me along my journey, yeah, because it's not over yet. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and share if you like also. And please check out my other social media links in the description box below. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Bye, girl.